Twilio Studio is a visual editor for creating Twilio applications. It works by dragging and dropping widgets that represent parts of the Twilio API, and then connecting them together to create an application. If you can draw your application, chances are you can build it with Twilio Studio. Let's take a look at what a lead routing application might look like if we drew it up on the chalkboard. An incoming voice call would start the engagement. Then we'd ask the caller to either tell us or punch in the size of their company. If they don't say a number, we'll ask them again. But if they do, we'll run a Twilio function that matches the size of their company to a representative's phone number. Then the caller is connected to the rep. This is what it would look like inside of Twilio Studio. It looks complex, but it's really not that bad. Let's jump right in and build this application. We'll start in the Studio dashboard and create a new flow. I'm going to name this lead routing. And we'll start with an empty Twilio Studio flow. The first widget we need is the gather input on call widget. This is either going to take the digits that the caller presses on their phone or whatever they say after the prompt. We'll name this widget get company size. We'll set it to say a message, and down in the text to say, we'll add a prompt that tells the caller to either say their company size or punch it in on their phone's keypad. Then we'll save the widget and connect the incoming call trigger up to our company size widget. Next, we want to split based on this input. Particularly, we need to split when they say something. We want to detect whether they said a number or not. So this is where we're going to check to see if what they said is a number. We're going to test the speech result of the get company size widget. Save that. We're going to add a new condition. This is going to be a regular expression that just checks to see if what they said is a valid number or not. And we'll save that. In the event that the caller says something that's not a number, we're going to want to prompt them to try again. So we'll bring out a say/play widget, and we'll hook up the no condition matches from check for number up to it. We'll rename that not a number. We'll leave say or play message set to say a message, and inside of the text to say, we'll add a prompt that says, I'm sorry, I don't understand, I'm looking for a number. We'll save this widget, and then we'll hook up the audio complete off of this widget back to get company size to start the get company size over again. Now we're going to need a Twilio function to hook up our number to figure out which representative should respond to various different company sizes. So we'll create a new Twilio function from the blank template, and we're going to name this one lead distribution, and we'll set the path to lead-distribution. Now, down in the code, we're going to be passing in the size, so we'll grab that out of the event. Then we'll set the result equal to an empty string. We're going to populate that with a phone number inside of a switch block. The cases are going to be based on whether the company is less than 50 employees, less than 100 employees, less than 1,000 employees, or greater than 1,000 employees. And I'm just going to put some 555 phone numbers in here. You'd want to put the actual rep's phone number in here that handles those different sizes of companies in your actual use case. So I'm just going to add the different cases here. We have less than 50, less than 100, then we'll have less than 1,000, and greater than 1,000, and then one default case. These basically just each map to a different phone number. When I test this later, I'll use different Twilio phone numbers that I have inside of my Twilio account instead. In your case, you'd probably want this to be a person's actual phone number. Once you have that all set up, you just want to call back with the result, which is the phone number. Then save the function and head back over to your Studio flow. We're going to hook up the regular expression use case to a run function widget that is going to run the function that we just wrote. We'll name our run function widget match speech to rep, and we'll set the function URL to run our lead distribution function. We're going to specify a function parameter, and this is going to be the size, and that's the speech recognition result that we got from our get company size widget. We'll save this function widget, and then finally, now we have a phone number, so we can connect the caller to the rep with the phone number that we're passing in through this connection. So we'll name this connect to rep, and we'll set the phone number equal to the phone number that we passed back from our Twilio function. That's going to be in the body of the match speech to rep widget. We'll save this, and our flow is complete for speech results. Next, we need to handle the case where a user presses in digits. This time we'll know it's a number because they can only punch in numbers. And we're going to run a function in this case, and we'll call this match digits to rep. We'll run the same lead distribution function, and we'll pass in the size just as before. This time, instead of the speech result, it's actually going to be the digits off the get company size widget. We'll add the parameter and click save, and once again add a connect call widget and drag the success to that. We'll name this one connect call to rep digits, and we'll set the phone number just like we did last time to the result of running the function. That's going to be the match digits to rep and the body out of that result. Finally, we'll save this once again, and our flow is complete. So we'll click on the trigger and hook this up to a new phone number. I'll buy a phone number. I'll look for something in the 267 area code. Searching for a Philadelphia phone number, I'll buy the first one in the list. We'll click buy this number, and then setup number. Inside of the phone number setup, we want to change a call comes in to a studio flow and pick lead routing and click save. Once that's done, I can pull out my phone and we can test this a few different ways. Let's start by testing the digits path with a company size of 56.
How many employees does your company have? Say or type a number.
This rep helps companies with greater than 50 but less than 100 employees.
Next, we'll test our speech recognition for the error and success case.
How many employees does your company have? Say or type a number.
Football.
I'm sorry, I don't understand what you said. I'm looking for a number. How many employees does your company have?
400.
Say or type a number.
This rep helps companies between 100 and 1,000 in size.
And that's all there is to it, to lead routing in Twilio Studio. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to subscribe, click the Twilio logo over on the left. If you want to check out another video, I picked one out just for you. And if you want to try Twilio Studio, click the button in the bottom right. Until next time, I'm out of here.